Welcome back. This is Insight on Business, the News Hour. I'm your host, Michael Libbie. We, like you, absolutely detest it when we call somebody on the telephone and they tell us that our call is important to them, but then they don't call us back. Or worse, we get stuck in some kind of a rigmarole that is going to absolutely slay the brand of that company. Is your company sounding a little bit like that? Can your telephone be fixed? Can you possibly find better ways in which you can communicate with your customers or potential customers in a way that doesn't really tick them off so that they'll never do business with you again? These are brand killers, ladies and gentlemen, and it could be as simple a fix as making sure everybody's on the same page. It doesn't matter whether or not you have a big call center or a small firm where somebody's answering the phone, or if you have one of those dreaded automated phone systems where you have to type in somebody's last name if you want to contact them and you don't know how in the hell their last name is spelled. That's always really popular, isn't it? I'm all for real live human beings answering phones in business. All right, Seth Godin put up some great ideas. Check this image, ladies and gentlemen. We'll run through them. This is number one. Have very smart and motivated people on the front line. For example, if you don't know what the answer is, don't tell them that you know. I'll connect you directly to the person who can help you if you let me know what you need. In other words, make sure that the first contact person understands what the problem is, and if you're a consumer, clearly articulate that. Don't have these people pretend that they can help. It leads to long conversations and frustrations among your consumers. All right? Fix it, ladies and gentlemen. The next slide is 80% of your inbound calls are about the same 10 things, says Seth Godin. First, eliminate those problems in future products, packaging, and policies. What are you doing? How come you know what the problems are? You keep track of those kinds of things. The best way to handle these calls is to eliminate the problem first. Second, put clear, fun, and complete answers to these questions online where they're easy to find. Easy to find. Very important. Make them easy to find. And third, hire talented voice actors to record engaging answers to each one of them and offer them as a first resort. Why not? Number three, change your on-hold music. You know, if you've got that Muzak stuff that's going on and it's the tinkle, tinkle, tinkle of the little whatever it is, get rid of it. Lighten the load a little bit. You know, people are calling you with complaints and problems and issues. Maybe switch your on-hold music to Bill Cosby or Woody Allen records or something. You know, I mean, just have some fun already. Lighten the load a little bit. I know some great local comics that can help out if you want. Number four, whenever the wait is more than 2 minutes, offer a simple way to be called back and then make sure it works. Nothing infuriates people like having to sit on the phone listening to that god-awful music for an extended period of time and saying that your call is very important to us, we'll be with you in a minute. It absolutely drives people crazy. And number five, if you're closed, tell us the hours you're open and the relevant websites that you have, and make sure the information is accurate. I mean, there's nothing worse than saying, okay, well, yeah, thanks for calling, and you don't, you know, or you have your message on, it says, you've called our offices after business hours. We normally open up at 8 o'clock in the morning, and it's already 10 o'clock, and you've got the same message going on. What does it tell the consumer? It tells the consumer you do not care, and their call is not important to you. And number six, your phone service says so much about your company. It is a brand mechanism. Last week, get this, last week I called a marketing person at a pretty well-known establishment. I mean, this is a big company. She was, quote, in a meeting. I told the person who did pick up the phone why I was calling, and she suggested that I leave a message in her voicemail. But I could not leave a message because why? Her voicemail box was full. Seriously? I sent an email and received no answer. How willing do you think that we're going to be to engage that business in the future? Not very. Hey, when we come back, we're going to attempt to make a telephone call to talk about a brand new book. It's called Ragbri. The author is a Des Moines native. His name is Greg Borzo, and Greg's just released this book. He's done several other books. One of the most interesting, I think, is the story of the the elevated trains in Chicago. Now living in Chicago, Greg Borzo will try to connect with him next as Insight on Business, the News Hour, continues.